He delivered the insult with a grin that showed he'd been waiting for the perfect moment. We were in the middle of dinner when my wife's father leaned casually in his chair, wiped his mouth, and dropped his line like it was a punch he'd practiced. "You're not even a fraction of the man my 16-year-old grandson already is." Everything around us went still. My wife didn't lift her eyes. My son froze with his fork in midair. Something in me settled, not in anger, but in absolute clarity. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't rush. I simply pushed my chair back, letting the sound of the legs scraping the floor speak for me. "Then maybe you should start covering your pay," I said evenly, "because as of right now, you're no longer on my payroll." His smirk twitched. "Pay? What pay?" he scoffed. That was the moment everything I had prepared for began. I once admired the man, Haroon Malik. He had built his empire from nothing, charmed everyone, and carried a sharp tongue like it was just another accessory. For years, I kept trying to earn some sign of respect from him. I thought being accepted by him was the last step to making our family complete. He let me believe we were equals. He let me believe he trusted me. He let me believe I belonged. But men like him only respect their own reflection. The first warning sign didn't come with shouting. It came on an ordinary Wednesday. I walked into my office to see my assistant frozen at my computer, the glow of an email front and center. She looked like she'd seen a ghost. I told her to step aside. The email was forwarded from Haroon. My name, my company, and a sentence that told me exactly how he saw me. Keep him distracted. Keep him comfortable. He won't notice anything. Then the part that cut straight through me. Once we take controlling shares, he's out. And don't worry, my daughter won't leave him. She's gotten used to his money. I sat there reading it again and again. I didn't explode. I didn't fall apart. I simply woke up. Pain can sharpen the mind, but silence sharpens strategy. I spent 6 quiet months watching him from the shadows of his own arrogance. Every deal he hid, I tracked. Every side meeting I noted. Every business trip he thought he'd concealed, I documented. My lawyer worked under complete confidentiality. My son's future was secured. My shares were shifted into a structure he couldn't access. And then I did the thing he never saw coming. I made him my employee. On paper, he became a consultant. In reality, he was completely powerless. No ownership, no authority, no rights. He never bothered to read the contract. Men like him assume paper bends for them. 3 days before that dinner, the final piece arrived. Proof that he'd been funneling company money into an offshore account. The account was mine. Every transfer was traceable. Every illegal transaction carried a digital marker linking back to him. He had constructed his own trap and never noticed a rope around his ankles. All he knew was that dinner was at 7. So when he insulted me at the table, it was simply the opening note of the finale I'd been composing. "What salary?" he repeated, louder now, trying to regain control. I placed a sleek black folder in front of him and tapped it once. He opened it reluctantly. And as soon as he read the first page, the confidence slipped right off his face. Employee contract, termination clause, repayment obligations, and beneath all of that, every document showing his illegal transfers. His throat moved like he was trying to swallow stones. "That's the salary you've been happily helping yourself to," I said calmly. "And that's the total amount you'll be returning." For the first time ever, my wife looked at her father like she didn't recognize him. My son watched me with a quiet pride that settled deep in my chest. Haroon's eyes shifted to his daughter, searching for support, but she whispered only one question. "What have you done, Dad?" He stood abruptly, nearly knocking his chair over, and left without a single excuse. The next morning, my lawyers filed the charges. The board removed him from every position he held. His accounts were locked. His status vanished overnight. And for the first time in a long while, my home felt peaceful. People imagine revenge as something explosive, but the truth is different. Revenge is deliberate, controlled, icy enough to stay sharp, warm enough to feel justified. He tried to tear my life apart. So I didn't destroy him. I simply let him face the consequences of his own greed. In the end, all I did was hand him the mirror he'd spent his life avoiding.